Welcome back everyone to Punny Plays of the Alchemist, where today we are going to look into the revised version of the Temple of Elemental Evil. This section is no longer part of the instance, it is just the entry area to remind us of what we did in the past. Now we have to go into the temple itself, or at least what's now the public section of the temple, the ground floor, which is above all the dungeons that are below. And we still have Otis over here. Hail, stranger! You don't seem like one of the temple faithful, and neither do I, truth be told. I'm here with my brother Elmo to investigate what's going on here in the temple. We don't want anything nasty to escape, alright? We certainly don't. There's the overgrown workbench, which sells you new equipment for more mushrooms than I'm ever going to collect. And here is Elmo, who gives us part 1, and there is Kanan Terjan, who gives us part 2. Now, Elmo is a character from the village of Hamlet, and I think he might also make an appearance in the Temple of Elemental Evil here. But now he is going to be our quest giver for part 1. Greetings, traveler. Here to investigate the temple? Well, so am I. My name is Elmo. My brother Otis and I came here because we heard something evil is stirring deep inside. Something that shouldn't be given the chance to escape. The temple's interior is vast. It's crawling with cultists and other beasts who will not be happy to see an intruder. Yet I will not stop anyone brave enough to venture inside. Alright, the gatekeeper sent me to look for mysterious remnants, but I might as well knock some skulls in while I'm at it. Ah, that's the spirit! The upper level of the temple is separated from the lower level by a series of elemental wards. You can destroy the wards by venturing into each of the 4 elemental temples, the temples of earth, fire, air, and water, and finding its key. Go to author Gunagood about how to breach the earth temple and find the earth key. Alright, so we'll go into there. This side is where we have the revised part 1 stuff. So here is author Gunagood, who prepares us for part 1, which is going to be including the top floor. Right, here it goes. First level and Earth Temple, which is what I guessed would be the first part when they made the announcement. And Sig here is going to be giving quest giver for the other area, which is Lower Temple Complex, which is the old levels 2 and 3. So they split about the way I figured. Now I did look at this on the test server to see what that looked like a little bit, but this is going to be my first run through of it after the release. So let's go inside. Well met, stranger. I am Arthur Gunagood, an innkeeper from Hamlet down the road. Be wary of going further inside the temple. Nasty creatures live and worship inside. They don't take kindly to outsiders. Well, alright, well, I'm going to go inside anyway. So what are the village like you doing here anyway? If there are evil things about, shouldn't you be, I don't know, guards or mages guarding the temple instead? Trust me, I don't want to be here myself. I don't fancy waiting around for some mad cultist to pop out and attack me. Elmo has sent word to the king asking for armed men, but until those reinforcements arrive, Elmo insists that we townfolk guard the temple and keep that demon from getting out. No reason you need to stick around, though. Better leave while you've got the chance. Actually, I'm looking for mysterious remnants, and I'm going to be knocking some cultists' heads while I'm at it. Mysterious remnants? Haven't heard of such things, because they're not part of the original module. But if you insist on venturing inside, there's a thing or two that you should know about the temple. Only the upper level is open. To reach the other deeper areas of the temple, you will need to unseal the elemental wards. You must find the Earth Key inside the Earth Temple to unseal the first ward. Good luck to you, and I hope you find these remnants. Right. So let's go inside. Now, my original plan was to do this with a Paladin of the Sacred Fist. I actually recorded 2 episodes of preparing that character so that I'll be ready to do the temple, but I didn't get very excited about the Paladin of the Sacred Fist. It looked like it was all just punching. I know, much like how you play a monk anyway, and since I'm already doing another series of the monk, it really didn't add anything. So I decided, let's skip that.
The huge bronze doors are carved with strange runes. It's clear that at some time in the distant past, the doors had been sealed with soft iron. Then you notice the scratches and gouges that show the seal has been broken, and a cold shiver runs down your spine.
This was actually originally, that voiceover was done way at the entrance when you go into what's now the public area, but they instead decided to put it here, and I guess they made sure that there were some bronze doors here so that at least what he was saying made a little bit of sense. The runes can be found in 2 places. To the east, the rune is protected by winged creatures. To the north, the rune is protected by a great contraption. A frontal assault of the great contraption is very dangerous. There is a secret door to the west that may help. In fact, that is what I often refer to as the Gatling ballista, because it's killed several of my characters.
This is really fun for me because I get to be a dungeon master for basically anyone in the world who wants to play this game. And that's really, really fun.
Yep, and of course that is Will Wheaton, who does the dungeon master for the Temple of Elemental Evil. Oops, okay, that one wasn't the... I have to remember how to play the Alchemist now, because it has been a little while. Okay, hey, that was perfectly tracked. There we go. Now, let's see what's in here. Oh, this must have been one of the random encounters or something. Okay, Fighting Quarterstaff of Draining. Okay. What was that it had to post to me what we wanted here? I guess that went to the collections thing. Then let's head on to the other side. But the main thing I want to do is to head to the areas. Is the 2 locations where I wanted to visit, and one's the Harpies area, which is where they have one of those keys, flying creatures that are mentioned in the scroll, and the other one is at the Gatling Ballista, which has been my bane on several occasions. They added new shrines. I don't think they even had the shrines here when they were on Lamania. I think those were added for the live version. And it's nice to have a few extra of those, because the Lamania build, it even lost a shrine from the ones that they originally had, because the old shrines, I think there were 2 of them. One was in a very large room down on the northwest side, and another one's in the northeast area. And in fact, that one was removed. There's someone in there? Yes, there is. And in fact, that one was removed because they sealed off that area because it was no longer deemed necessary for running the dungeon. And as a result of that, they were down to only 1 shrine, And if their aim was to help the players a little bit, then removing half the shrines that you had was probably not the best idea you had. Here you go. There you go. Ooh, a little. No, this I think just includes a mushroom, right? Oh no, actually that's a full treasure. I wasn't expecting that. Well, let's bash some of these in here. I don't think in the original temple I ever managed to get a bonus for bashing things. Well, that's worth a shot on there. Now I'm trying to see if this is the way to the Harpy Room. Because I think it's on the... Well, in fact, it even says to the east in the hint scroll. And we are going east. So I think this eventually will take us to the Harpies. Alright, that's... Actually, I don't want that, because if I pick up too many potions, then I'm going to have a real headache and things going around here. A lot of random crates all over the place. And I'm wondering what that's all about. Well, I don't know. I was wondering why I'm not always able to bash these things in. There's some I just don't get on the correct angle or anything like that. I think this looks like the Harpy Room. And they've added a new shrine here also, which...
On the wall above this rune is a small etching in the shape of a key.
So we got the key here, and we've got a shrine here, which is really nice, because that means they've... Okay, they added at least one... At least... Oopsie daisy. Hey, you guys can help me on this, can't you? Thank you. Yeah, because these harpies can be tough. Ooh. Where are we? Oh, there you are. There you go. And oh, who let the ghoul out? Okay, the ghouls. I don't know. I guess either I or my helpers, and one of them must have gone and woken up the ghouls, which doesn't help when you've got already a tough fight. This is locked. Oh, because there's still a harpy alive. At least I hope that's the reason why it's locked. And I seem to still have plenty of spell points left, so I don't have to use this immediately. I don't know how many shrines there are in here, since I only knew the location of one of them when I started. There you go. Let's unlock this. Alright, that takes care of it. So that's the Eastern Rune activated. I don't need to go to there yet. Maybe when I have a better idea of how many shrines there are, I will know whether I could just likely use them or not. Oh. Is this one of those new tough random account optionals that they've added in there? He doesn't look like anything that I remember from the original. This may ruin my life expectancy. Oh! Wait, it seems to be much pickier about... Oh no. No! Stop that! Stop that! Yeah, that's inevitable. Well, I guess I'll just wait and use the nearby red shrine. The release notes did say something about adding some new, very, very tough optionals in order to hide certain of the more powerful items you could find in here, and obviously that was one of them. So I am just going to leave that by and head on to the west side to find the infamous Gatling ballista. As thankfully there was a shrine. Stop that. A shrine right next to that location to make things doable. So it looks like I'm getting a lot of curse failed. Is that something that they just recently added to tell you that whenever you have a casting failed or something like that? Okay, the Gargoyle Room. Now the Gargoyle Room seems like it's also changed things. It used to be that I think there were only one or two gargoyles that were there in the center, and then you had the ones all the way on the ends and all. But now you got a lot more of them. And your turn. I think when I was thinking, before I had the idea of using that paladin, I was thinking that a caster may have a little bit of problem trying to do this solo, and my experience here has not changed my opinion on that in the slightest. Now this section right here, if I recall correctly, was not the section I'm in right now, but the section that goes with this secret door here.
Something seems strange about this room.
And that is a hint that there's a secret door here. But I think they removed the secret door. At least that's what it looked like on Lamania. So let us do a little search here just to confirm. Yeah. Of course, it could just be my poor search value. Actually, with a high intelligence score, I think I'd have a decent chance of... Oh, that's right. Just have the raptor look at it to verify this. But I think this secret door was removed. This was actually where one of the shrines was located, which is why I was saying earlier that one of the two shrines that I knew about to this level were now gone. But that's why they added two new ones, including one where I very desperately needed one. Now, let's go and head over to the west side. I actually started on the west side, it's just that I'm used to doing the Harpy Room early. So I just have to remember that there is a really nasty optional down that way if you're not careful. I guess it's there even if you're not careful. Even if you are careful, it's just that you don't have to worry about them in that case. There you go. Hi. You go away. You go away. And you can go. I'm not too sure what those eyes are all about, or whatever those funny symbols are. Are we all here together? Oh, I've been here before, haven't I? Ah, here's a place where I haven't been to before. Now I think I'm on the west side now. Let's see if I could find my way to the Gatling. Now I don't think I have likely to... Actually, I think there is a... Gotta be careful because I think that room has one of the infamous optionals. So I think that's where I ran into one while testing it on Lamania, and let's just say that the results were pretty much the same as what you saw in the Harpy Room. So I am not going to try to pinch the nose of any optionals that may be living in the area. They're nasty. It's down this way. Oops. Cultists! That's what's in this area. What else do you expect to find here? Lots and lots of cultists. Go a little bit more wet. Ah, okay. This room, I believe, is the home of the shrine that's always been here. Yeah. Alright, so if they did leave that shrine present. Hey, stop that! There you go. Wait, these. Oh, they're bandits, not cultists. Well, they're nasty things that attack me. That doesn't change. You thieving mumper? Whatever that means. See, it's a secret door of some sort. Okay, it's a secret passage. Now, is this a secret passage to the fireplace, I think? That goes to the fireplace room. But it might be a place that goes past the Gatling Ballista, since they did give a hint about a secret door being around. I am in a cell. Alright. Oopsie daisy. And full of clerics. Oh yeah, actually this is past the Gatling Ballista. Alright. There we go. And it's also full of orcs. And I don't know if they changed it or not, but this is one of the two areas in the original temple where they had the club. No, the club's not here. And you can still have the club to get around the earth elementals. Which is the third element, though that one just makes things a little bit easier. It doesn't completely... Oopsie daisy. Actually, it makes it a whole lot easier. I mean, you still have to worry about the cleric, but when you got 4 earth elementals helping you, I think this is the room up ahead where the Gatling Ballista is. Oops, not quite yet. I'm a little bit off still. See how my calculations are. Ah, this looks like the right place. Yeah, there it is.
On the wall above this room is a small etching in the shape of a key.
Now, I think that maybe that's taken from what he says in the air temple. So they were able to use... Oh, and this room also has a shrine. Well, that's useful, especially if you get shot by the Gatling Ballista.
Grinding against stone echoes from the north.
Alright, so that takes care of that. Now I think up this way is where we get to the entrance of the Earth Temple. Yeah. There's also oh, they added another shrine there just in case you needed it. But the one thing is missing is the club. Let me see if I could go and get what I really wanted. I wonder how well I can fight the earth elementals. Let's try that version of it.
This enormous hall is much wider than many of the others you've seen in the temple. The sound of stone grinding against stone echoes from the north.
Now let's see what we could find here. Now, there are 4 elementals in here, if I recall correctly. In fact, I'm pretty sure, is going to be telling me that...
A belligerent cleric stands atop a stone altar in the center of this chamber. 4 massive earth elementals patrol around the altar.
Looks like I can get by them. I just won't have the help of them in fighting the cleric. Well, that's fine. Also, based on what we had happened before in the when I was doing it on Lamania, you're not going to be able to get the club to help you when doing the boss fight down at level 2 because it used to be the same dungeon. Now they're separate dungeons, so you won't have the club around here with you because you only would have the club around for the first level. There you go. And in case you're wondering what club am I talking about, it's a club that controls earth elementals. Effectively, it puts a charm spell on earth elementals so that they will fight for you instead of helping the cleric. So it must be a control elemental spell or something like that. Let's see if I can get around here. Now, there are 2 more left. And I forgot how to get around here. Ah, here we are. There are 2 of them here. Alright, that takes care of. Just throw a lot of flasks and bash them. That's how to do. That's how to get it to work. Turn it. Yeah, everything else is okay.
His elementals having failed him, the cleric drops his magical wards to attack.
Good. Then we could kill him properly.
Romag, curate of the Earth Temple, falls silent.
We got the key. So it looks like it's not a great emergency to grab that club because the club is on the east side, on the northeast side, and going through all these sections of there, that would be a little bit of a chore here. So this is it actually, because I think that is the last bit that I need to do in order to...
The Earth Temple key begins to quiver and shake. It seems strangely drawn to the south.
Strangely drawn to the south. That goes to the library. Oh. A few cultists here that I didn't see on the way in. I think I came in through the other side. I'm covered in blood. Well, yeah, I guess you would be after what I just did to you. Maybe that would get... I don't have the finish sign yet. Alright, that's nice. Good.
This magical barrier glows a sickly green. It seems impenetrable, though in the center there's a small indentation in the shape of a keyhole.
Yeah, 4 secret doors found. No... Yeah, I just can't get that breakable bonus. Oh, now I click on this and that's for the earth.
The barrier dissipates, opening the stairway.
And that concludes the first level of the Temple of Elemental Evil. But that, of course, means now we have a second level. Actually, this leads to the surface to grab your reward. Though in the original version, it led directly to the second level. Hello, you've managed to reach the lower complex? Good. But don't let your guard down yet. Only more sinister forces await you should you continue exploring the temple. For now, take a rest. You'll need your wits about you for what's to come. Right. Ooh, what do we get for that? Well, actually, I think that's a bit of an improvement. Actually, I'm going to check the orb also. Let's see, it's a plus. Yeah, I think I will take the boots. So So grab the boots. They're in my inventory somewhere. Ah, there we go. And that is it for this episode. And I'll see you next time where we are going to head into the second level in Piney Plays The Alchemist.